Hey y'all, buckle up because today we're diving into one wild tale from the world of street outlaws. We're talking about none other than Kye Kelley and his decision to take Can't Get Right, his absolutely wicked screw-blown hot rod, straight into the chaos of Speed Promotions Outlaw 32 in full-blown pro mod trim. Yeah, you heard that right. Now picture this. You're standing on the starting line at Speed Promotions Outlaw 32 event. The rules? There aren't many. This is no holds barred, run what you brung, outlaw style, drag racing. It's raw, it's unfiltered, and it's absolutely brutal. And here comes Kye Kelley, already one of the baddest men in no prep kings, rolling in with Can't Get Right set up not for no prep, but for full-on pro mod warfare. That's like bringing a fighter jet to a dogfight. Why? Because Can't Get Right isn't just another race car, it's a weapon. This thing is a featherweight fighter with heavyweight knockout power. With that screw blower screaming and a setup tuned to the gills, he's pushing the limits of what's even sane on a drag strip. We're talking about a car that has already gone 350s in the 8th mile when the air was good, without even leaving the pro mod tune. Most guys would be sweating just trying to keep it on the track. But not Kye. He's playing chess while others are still figuring out checkers. So what makes Can't Get Right so terrifying at a no-rules event like Outlaw 32? Let me break it down. The screw blower setup lets him adjust overdrive like it's a video game cheat code. Right now, he's keeping it at around 92% overdrive, just like he runs in pro mod events. That setup in perfect air will take him deep into the 350s. And get this, even in garbage air, 3,400 feet of density altitude, he's still cranked out a 3.9. That's insane. Most people wouldn't even get down the track, and Kye's out there, laying down passes that make the pavement question its existence. But here's where it gets spicy. The Speed Promotions Outlaw 32 race doesn't care how fast you could be. It's all about what you do. So Kye Kelley's gamble is this. Run Can't Get Right exactly as it is in pro mod trim, make no major changes, and see if he can outmuscle everyone else right out of the trailer. He said it himself. No changes. No adjustments to the motor. No detuning for track conditions. No switching the setup for a no-prep style surface. He's going in guns blazing. Most guys would drop compression, change pistons, and do all sorts of wizardry just to safely run 128% overdrive or more. But not Kye. He knows what he's got and he knows it's mean. And with that 36-inch tall tire now in play, oh man, that's a game changer. Last season, Kye struggled a bit with the 34.5-inch tire, especially when trying to hook all that screw-blown horsepower. But with the switch to the 36-incher, it's a whole new ballgame. That extra rubber lets the car plant power more effectively, especially on sketchy or marginal surfaces, exactly what you find at outlaw races like this one. It doesn't just help him, it helps every screw-blown and twin-turbo car in the field. It gives them room to stretch their legs, breathe a little more, and grip that track with more authority. But let's be real, this kind of bold move can go one of two ways. It's either genius or chaos. And that's what we love about Kye Kelley. He's not afraid to roll the dice. He's not afraid to run pro mod speeds on tracks where most folks are just trying to stay in their lane. He's out there racing like he's got something to prove every single time, because in his mind he does. And with Can't Get Right as his weapon of choice, he's proving that even in outlaw territory, the pro mod world can hold its own. Now look, Kye's not just throwing parts at the wall to see what sticks. He's strategic. He knows what that car will do in bad air. He knows the limits of the engine, the blower, the tires, and even himself. The car can get as light as 2,640 pounds, and he's tuning every inch of that machine for efficiency, speed, and violence. But here's the twist. Speed Promotions. Outlaw 32 isn't a pro mod race. It's not NP or NHRA. It's dirty, gritty, edge-of-your-seat stuff. And that's why this story matters. Because when a driver like Kye Kelley shows up in pro mod trim to a race like this, it's not just a flex, it's a statement. He's saying, I'm not here to play, I'm here to dominate. So, what's the takeaway? Whether you're a die-hard Street Outlaws fan or just love seeing guys push the boundaries of what's possible on four wheels, keep your eyes on Kye Kelley. This season, he's not just racing for wins, he's racing to redefine the limits. Now let's talk about why this move is so bold. The Outlaw 32 scene is filled with heavy hitters, Turbo monsters, nitrous legends, and blower beasts all playing by the same loosely written rules. Go fast, don't crash. It's a battlefield where traction is unpredictable and power management becomes an art form. Most teams come in ready to dial things back just enough to stay consistent. Not Kye. He's going full pro mod, all throttle, no filter. That kind of confidence only comes from a guy who truly knows his machine and trusts it under extreme pressure. And if we're being real, Can't Get Right has already earned its stripes. It's not a new kid on the block. This is a car that's seen the worst air, the sketchiest surfaces, and still laid down elite-level times. The decision to leave it untouched, running it just like it did in PDRAs and other pro mod circuits, tells us one big thing. Kye isn't here to play by your rules. He's rewriting the script. He's betting that his experience, setup, and confidence can overpower whatever the other 31 cars throw at him. But let's not gloss over the risk. Taking a pro mod car into no prep or lightly prepped outlaw races can be asking for trouble. All that horsepower has to go somewhere, and when the track doesn't cooperate, cars go sideways, up in smoke, or worse. The margin for error is razor thin. But that's the thrill, isn't it? That's why fans pack the stands and tune in online. Because when a car like Can't Get Right lines up, anything can happen. And whether it's a record-shattering run or an explosive launch gone wrong, Kye Kelley always brings the show. You also have to give credit to Kye's crew. These guys know this. Car inside and out. When you're pushing the envelope like he is, running ultra-high overdrive, managing tight weight requirements, and hunting traction on a sketchy surface, every bolt matters. Every change in weather, every degree of track temp, every adjustment to tire pressure could mean the difference between a W and a wadded-up car. So behind the scenes, it's not just horsepower, it's brain power that's keeping Can't Get Right on the edge without going over it. Now, if you're wondering how the 36-inch tires factor into this madness, let me tell you, they're more important than you think. That extra diameter gives these high-power cars more rollout, which means more real estate to plant the power before things break loose. It's subtle, but it matters big time. On sketchy tracks, the more contact patch and leverage you can get, the better. That tire swap may have seemed minor, but it's a major piece of why Can't Get Right could be a serious contender in outlaw territory. There's also a psychological component to all this. Kye Kelley showing up in pro mod trim sends a message to the rest of the field. I'm not tuning down for you. It's a flex, sure, but it's also a challenge. If the rest of the competition isn't stepping up their game, they'll be watching Can't Get Right from the other end of the track. It raises the stakes for everyone. That's how racing evolves. One guy does something crazy, and if it works, everybody else scrambles to keep up, and maybe that's why fans love Kye Kelley so much. He's not just fast, he's fearless. He'll throw a pro mod setup into an outlaw race without blinking. He'll tell you what he's running on Facebook Live and then back it up with a pass that leaves the crowd gasping. Win or lose, he's racing the way he wants to race, and that's what makes him such a critical piece of the Street Outlaws story. He's out there living it in real time, chasing that next big moment and dragging all of us along for the ride. So whether you think it's genius or just plain reckless, there's no denying one thing. Kye Kelley is changing the game. And Can't Get Right might just be the outlaw car to beat if this pro mod gamble pays off. So stay tuned, because this saga is far from over, and the next chapter is likely to be louder, faster, and even more unpredictable than the last.